We continue our Web Native API tech cycle, and in this video we're gonna speak about Network Information API. It's a short and easy video. It's just where you can check your network connection. It can be useful for when you need to check if people actually can get enough internet packages for for interaction with your advanced website features. If you have some game or some advanced WebSockets there, or some live updates. Usually it's need for this to check. Or if user have really slow connection, you just can show some notification like, bro, your connection is too weak, we can't fully interact with you, please buy a new router. Yeah, but okay, it's Network Information API here. All code and you can find in description. It's fully open source, you can check by yourself. In a summary I will explain how. It's just Network Information API. I click demo, and here we have just some easy params. I don't created some hard stuff here, just some outputted data. So it's a data 4G, downlink 10 megabytes, RTT 150 milliseconds, and if we actually try to throttle this, if you don't know, in DevTools we can throttle our current network connection. For example, yeah, we can add custom one, but I don't want to add custom now. I want to throttle it to 3G. If we do 3G, we're gonna see type 2G. Yeah, don't be surprised, but it is how it is. It's gonna be implemented like 2G when the connection is 3G here. Downlink 0.35 megabyte per second. Yeah. And if we change to slow or too fast, we're gonna see that it's gonna be a bit more and more. And in no throttling, it's downlink 10 megabyte per second. So you can use this by check if usually you can check if for some really advanced project, if it's slow 3G, you can check by these parameters. And if it's just some simple stuff but live stuff, you can check if user don't have this connection. It's usually now really rare to have internet connection like this if you're not in some far away places, but still you need to have some fallbacks for people like this. So let's check how it's working code, and let's check how its compatibility in browser. Network Information API, browser compatibility, network information, it's supported in Chrome, in Chromium engine, and in Firefox and Safari it's usually not supported. Surprise. But yeah, Firefox and Safari don't like this private data. Mostly Firefox, Safari just sucks. Okay, sorry, but in Safari it's a bit of problems because their ecosystem. Yeah, you see, in Safari it's just bug. Even if we check here why there is asterisk. We have implementing network information. It's highly valuable for web page style. Yeah, you see people ask them to add this in 2018. And Safari guys, we take it to our super useful in 2025. Jesus. It's 7 years fight for Safari, but okay. It's why I say this stupid thing at beginning about Safari. But still, it's compatible in Chromium engine, and you can use it in Chromium engine that it's most people use actually. Sorry macOS users and Apple users, but you solve this bug yourself. Now we can check it in code in a path and airdropper demo. Yeah, for Safari you can find some ways to actually get this data still, so no worries. I'm just joking. Anyway, in my code, in open source code, you can find this hook in it's not use airdropper, it's a previous video. You can find this hook in our network info, and in demos it's actually a network info demo by these paths. And let's first check our demos. In a demo we have use network info, where we just get all info with all this info stuff in object. Info is just object here that get all this info inside. So it's not really interesting for us. Most interesting for us it's network info. Here we have network info. Pay attention that network info here don't even have its own TypeScript. Maybe it's have, but I didn't found this. Like in previous examples, is for example geolocation coordinates. You see it's fully like native in the TypeScript. And here we need to create our own. Effective type, downlink, RTT, save data, it's what I outputted there. And we can actually check const navigator, and how we can check it. In navigator we can check connection. And Mozilla connection, but Mozilla not support this, no? Firefox removed in 32 and later, yeah. In old version of Mozilla it's gonna be good, but no, it's gonna be good on really old version, so whatever, it shouldn't work in Mozilla. Let's actually check. I have Mozilla in Firefox anyway. What's network information? Yeah, API not supported in this browser, you see. So actually we don't even need this Mozilla connection if it's not some user from 2010 or 14, whatever. But for the case, for fallback, we actually can add this. It's not gonna be unusable fully. And WebKit connection, it's usually for Internet Explorer. Yeah, and by this connection you just can get our actual results. So in navigator connection you can get in connection effective type, downlink, RTT, save data. And if we try to like get this connection properly, let me actually console log this to check what we also have in this object. Now check console, and in connection we have RTT, save data, effective type, downlink max infinity. We can like restrict some big downlinks, but usually we don't need this. On change, on type change, it's when we change our connection. When I do like throttling, maybe you saw, but it's also don't need to you at all. I really guess like this. So it's easy to get this data. It's gonna be updated by when I change throttle in my case, or if you change like Wi-Fi network, etc. So it's all what I want to show you. It's easy one, short video about this hook. Yeah, the event listener update for change. Yeah, for change, it's actually we need change for like get this results there, but it's not on change. What we saw here is just change from our event listener. When we change some data, we check that data is changed, and we update this data to show you new data in the states. It's all what I want to show in this video. It's easy one, easy to use, easy to practice, and easy to like check by your advanced projects to have some user restriction. Like if you have some advanced game, you can like upload low polygon texture, like low quality texture, instead of high quality for people who use like some of slow connection like this. But for this is actually even low quality texture gonna be in the problems, but at least like slow 4G it can be useful. So it's all what I want to show you, and now let's go to summary when I explain how you can do it whenever you want. Just some summary about any hooks that I showed you before in the video. All open source code you can find in description in a GitHub repository that fully open source, and you can also find Playground here. In Playground you can create like add pull request with your own hook, or you can test my hooks that I already added here. It's fully native, you can use it in your projects. I also add filter, but it's just, you know, for some fun. And pay attention, one important thing, you need to enable experimental web platform features for some of the hooks. It's only for most advanced ones, but still in some videos I'm gonna show advanced API hooks, so pay attention that this in Chrome Flux in address this experimental platform features it's enabled, and it's all this playground gonna work for you in a good way. And last thing that I want to discuss with you, all these hooks, it's React way, yeah? It's written on React, but if you want to use Vue or VanillaJS, Angular, Svelte, etc., how you can do it easily. I just want to show you, it's like some bonus. For example, let's take use clipboard. I don't know about what hook I'm gonna speak with this video, because it's summary video. For us, you can take every hook like this, like I showed you. Use clipboard, and you can open like Grok, for example, and in Grok we just can write prompt like, you can just go to Vue, VanillaJS, Svelte, etc. Let me even write for Svelte, just to show you. And you can just copy these hooks. In my case, it's like, I will copy it from GitHub, and clipboard demo I also gonna copy all this code for clipboard demo, and also add this here in a Grok in my way, but you can use GPT, DeepSeek, whatever AI model you want. And here you can see that it just can easily convert this React way to another framework, even vanilla JavaScript. You see, because the most important one usually it's API itself. But if you don't want like to rewrite it yourself, you can just ask it like this. And you can see that in VanillaJS even it's created some use clipboard functions, like it's named it in React use hooks way, in React community way. But in Vue, how you know, in a Vue 3, use hooks with this convention, like from React. Here we can see for vanilla JavaScript it's created. For Vue in composition API, you can also ask in old version of API, not in composition one, but I recommend you use composition, of course, for now in Vue, because it's a modern one. And for example, in Svelte, even it's pay attention, it's not use clipboard, because in Svelte it's usually like functions, but still you see it's created some hook way function with subscribe set for writable. It's a Svelte store here, but in our case it's not matter, and still it's gonna have same logic that I show you in React. It's gonna just copy your clipboard in this way, and for all other hooks it's gonna work different, similar, sorry, not different. Anyway, let's go. With all these knowledges, you're gonna be good in a native web API. Yes, Uncle Ivan.